Welcome, everybody, to One Day to Love. Today, my guest is LeeAnne Locken. She was one of the housewives, Real Housewives of Dallas. She was Miss Arizona, USA, which we have a little something in common, in 1989, 9 years after me. Anyway, so she's really amazing. She knows all the most romantic places to go. She's a travel expert. So I really wanted to share some of that with you. I think I posted some photos that she put up, and if I didn't, I will on the page. It's just astounding, the places that she's been and the places that she knows. And she's got the most incredible face, most incredible body, incredible fashion sense. We're going to learn so much from her. So please help me welcome LeeAnne Locken.
Hi.
Hi, sweetheart.
I'm happy to be here.
I'm happy to have you. You're not okay. Did you know that I was Miss Maryland, USA in 1980?
No,
Okay,
I
so
did not.
so do you remember what might have happened in 1980? Or were you too young?
Wait, who won Miss USA in 1980?
Miss Universe, South Carolina.
South Carolina. No, what was her name in USA?
Well, she was Miss South Carolina. Her name was Shawn Weatherly. And the woman that came in second was Janine something from Arizona. And Miss
No.
Miss Janine something put me in the ribs on the way down the steps. Yes, sir.
And you're surprised by that.
Yes, I am surprised by that. I was 19.
Yeah.
I was a child, and I was like, am I standing up straight? Are my leg, and I'm coming down the stairs, and all of a sudden I'm like, whoa, man, that was oh, I'm so sorry. I'm like, yeah, right, sure. So she was
I listen, I never touched anyone in the pageants. I never had to.
I
would, because I actually grew up in the Texas USA during the Guy Rex era.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so they were like super stiff. I mean, winning Miss Texas USA back then was harder than winning Miss USA, because we just, there was
and Illinois was like that too.
Yeah, 150 contestants. I remember Illinois. The year that I did Miss USA, Miss Illinois got us all caboodles. Yay. No, that was the little thing you carried your makeup in.
Oh, I don't remember.
Yeah,
they had it down. They just had it.
Listen, it was before Google.
What?
I know.
Yeah, it was. It was.
Yeah.
It was really incredible because when I got there, I told my pageant director on the phone, I said, the two people I have to worry about the most are Miss South Carolina and Miss Arizona. And so he flew down and he said, you shouldn't be so confident. I mean, there's 48 other girls here and you shouldn't be so confident and blah, 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 blah. And I was in tears. Now we're at the Royal d'Iberville Hotel in the lobby. There's nothing to do. Biloxi hasn't begun to grow. Yeah. It's just got a convention center. That's it. There was no casinos, no boats, no nothing.
And you're too young to drink.
Oh yeah. But I mean, there was only one hotel. I mean, there was nothing else, right? So you're stuck in the lobby, and the day after was really bad because everybody's miserable and we couldn't fly out because it was like raining cats and dogs. So anyway, this sort of scandal happened where they got together and they said my pageant director couldn't talk to me while I was there, and that it was cruel what he said, and that they heard about it. I said I didn't.
It was cruel.
I know, but it was just like I didn't want any attention in that vein. You know what I mean? I was like, no, it's fine. Just I'm good. And they were like, no, he can't talk to you. He's not allowed around you. So it became this thing. And I didn't want to be part of a scandally thing. I didn't cause any of this, right?
I would love to be a part of a scandally thing.
Well, you do it so well.
I would ride that pony to the finish line.
I know you would. You got to teach me some stuff. So tell me about Real Housewives of Dallas. What was that like?
Honestly, so first of all, I will say it was a blessing for my social media because, you've
got 1 million followers.
Well, and 12. To be honest, people around the world would message me and say, I relate to your story of abuse. I relate to your story.
Sorry, Lola, hush.
Oh.
See how well that works. They're outside tearing up my lawn. I told you this.
Uh-oh, pet love just arrived.
Oh, great. So we're going to have barks in our interview.
Well, you're going to hear hopefully she won't howl.
Yeah, howling would be an interesting choice. Yeah.
The first couple of times, I have their little pet beds like right here in my office. And the first couple of times they look out the window, and when she howled the first time, I swear to you, I came out of my skin. Like I was like, what? Somebody's dying. There's an attack, like.
Were they doing her nails or something?
No, she just saw something out the window.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, literally, that was it.
I get it.
And I was like, the earth is ending.
I know.
So my husband has had the same resume almost that I have. It's just, my husband's an amazing hero in our city. He was on Dallas SWAT, the SWAT team, for 17 years.
Is that a show or is that a Dallas SWAT team?
Well, it's the actual SWAT team of the police department.
Let's make a show.
And he was also on the Dallas SWAT TV show.
I didn't know there was a Dallas SWAT TV show. That's why I asked. Oh my God.
Yeah. So they did it. I think they ran it for like 4 years, something like that. But yeah, he was one of the big highlighted guys on the Dallas SWAT show as well. So, when I met him, I was just about to do my first reality show called She's Got the Look. And it started airing, and he was like, don't read the comments. Whatever you do, don't read the comments.
So you went,
because I would go on there and people would be like, you look like you have drag queen makeup on. And I'm like, you realize that the professional makeup people did I had no call for this, like it's a competition. I show up, I do my best, and I go back, So yeah. But my husband's a hero. So because on the SWAT team, he carried about 100 pounds worth of gear. He had his bulletproof vest. He had a gun slap, around his waist, 2 on his thigh. He had a lot of equipment. His spine compressed. And so his neck had compressed so hard that he was losing the use of his hand. So they went in and they replaced 3 discs and then fused 3 vertebrae together.
Oh my God.
Yes. So he's supposed to be in his collar, but I would lay odds I could probably win $5,000 to $10,000 that he doesn't have it on right now.
Why is he doing that to himself?
Because men are like little boys.
I know, but still, he doesn't want to end up with more problems with his.
No, but he is who he is. Like I cannot. You just have no idea.
Yeah, I do actually.
No idea.
You can't teach him what to do or tell him what to do. But
no, and I don't even try.
Yeah.
I literally am like, hey, this is a reminder only if you want to.
If you don't want to be paralyzed and back in the hospital, you might want to put that brace.
Oh, he has another spinal surgery in August on his lower back.
Oh, so maybe he's just thinking while they're there, they can fix whatever he screws up.
No, because it's the whole other end of his body.
I know, but who knows?
Yeah, I know. You have no idea. It's good. He is who he is. He is a manly man.
He's hot. He's very handsome. He's a handsome man.
He assisted in training SEAL teams, 1 through 6. And
you know what else we have in common, LeeAnne?
What?
My husband was married 3 times before he married me.
Right?
And people say, didn't you think anything about that? And I said, no, I realized he wanted to be married. I wanted to have children. It was perfect. He liked being married, this guy.
Yeah. I waited until I was 51 to get married.
Now I was 37.
Yeah. I did not want to ever get married.
Mm-hmm.
I also never wanted to have kids. And I think a lot of that has to do with the complex trauma that I suffered as a child. Mm-hmm. I just was like, I didn't want to contribute. I didn't want to put another human through what I had potentially been through. So it wasn't worth it to me.
Oh my God. I'm so sorry.
Yeah. No.
Have you written about that yet?
I hate that people call us survivors. I don't hate it. I dislike the word survivor because the truth is, yes, I did not get killed by it. I physically survived it, but complex trauma like that, you learn to live with. It never leaves you. It's always a switch somewhere in your brain that it's can be accessed by, any kind of trigger. So
Right.
you just have to figure out what your triggers are and how to like control your reaction to them.
Well, I'm gonna have to send you the name of the my friend did a very won a lot of awards. It was a Daryl, who's the guy from Saturday Night Live. I'll find out. Anyway, he had this problem and she did a movie about him. It was a very well received documentary. It was really great.
Wow.
The problem with doing this at your house is that you have dogs. The problem in the studio, I have 3 cameras. It's fantastic.
There you go.
But here I just have me, so it's more down home, honey.
I like a good down home.
Oh, down home. Yep.
I'm a Southern girl and love a good easy down home.
I was born in West Virginia.
Nice.
Huntington,
I
West
love
Virginia.
West Virginia. That's where yes, West Virginia and Carolinas are where a lot of the SEAL teams live.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's neat. That's really neat.
A lot of good military folk come from there.
I know, and Virginia too. Virginia.
Yeah.
The whole I went out with a congressman from Virginia, and his district was all military.
Awesome.
Virginia Beach area, all the way down to the Carolinas is military. I love that.
That's good buds. That's good buds training.
I'm very patriotic. Very, very patriotic.
Me, I will say that after being with my husband for a certain period of time.
My flag.
After being with my husband for a certain period of time, I really developed a much deeper respect for our military and our veterans and our first responders. I mean, the things my husband has survived is insane.
Yeah.
Insane.
Yeah. Where did you meet him?
At a bar.
Okay.
But I didn't meet him. He saw me walk through the bar with someone he knew. And so he reached out to that person, was like, who was that you were with? I really, she's pretty. And he was off-duty SWAT operator in his SWAT uniform in the, lobby. Yeah, I know. I didn't realize, because I didn't remember seeing him. That wasn't my focus. Like, I don't focus on police. And so I didn't really remember what he looked like or anything. So then he messaged me on Facebook. And I like to say that's how we met, was on Facebook. And so he would message me. And I remember at the time his profile pic was, he had looked like white hair, and it's silver, but it looked in the image like it was white. And I just gotten out of a relationship with a much older man who had a different, because when you're in your 50s versus me in my late 20s, early 30s, I didn't want to go travel all the time. I wanted to work. I wanted to create. I wanted to, be a part of the community where I lived. And so that just didn't work out. So then when I saw his profile, I was like, I don't want to date another old man. But it turns out he's only 5 years older than me. And a lot cuter than his profile pic.
Yeah, they don't know anything about pictures. They don't really care much about pictures. We do.
No.
We don't. So
they don't get it.
And they don't.
That's okay. So yeah, that's where I met him. And I mean, fell in love with him on our first date.
Well, that's why the show's called One Day to Love, because it really does. There is something, and it's more than chemistry. I think there's something when you meet that person that you sort of feel like,
you've known them. Oh, the inner monologue, because I'm a Gemini. So the inner monologue, when I was on my first date with him, I was drinking wine and having and I laugh, and my husband makes me laugh more than anyone.
Well, that's huge.
And so I was laughing and I was drinking wine. And then in my head, I was like, oh my God, he's so funny. I love him. And then the other responsible side of me went, push the wine away. You're drinking water. I drank nothing but water the rest of dinner, because I was like,
don't know him, you don't love him, shut up.
You batshit, chill out, this is not, And so, and then we went after dinner and went and in the bar, and I had a whole French press pot of coffee. So by the time we got back to my house, I was like sober as a cat. And I was like, oh my God, I still think I love him. Oh, yeah. It was really weird. It's
not as weird as you think. I've had Frank DeCopoulos and his wife Taya. He was a really big star of Guiding Light, and she's got a big movie coming out. And they were in an audition together, and they were just working on it together in
Yeah.
the lobby before they each auditioned separately. And then he went in, and she went in, and he hadn't gone in yet. So when she came out, he was waiting for her by the elevator.
Oh.
And she was like, oh my God, he waited for me by the elevator. And they were inseparable after that.
Yeah.
Absolutely inseparable after that. Incredible, right? And they've been married like 20 some years.
That's
It's
awesome.
a beautiful story. And they're both actors, which is like, it's hard when you're young, especially. And I think they were young. Because my first jobs, I fell in love with every leading man I ever had because I thought I was in love with them.
Well, that was your job.
That was my job. And I wasn't seasoned at all. So just like Julia Roberts and every other, the reason everybody dated everybody in the 50s, all the starlets dated because they don't know any better, and they're not really trained actors at that age. So they just think, oh my God, I'm having these feelings. This must be real. And then they put you with a different person, and you're done with that person. And you're like,
Isn't that weird? Wait, shouldn't I go see him today? Shouldn't I talk to him today? Yeah.
I'm in love with this new guy. And it's a terrible thing. You don't know what you're going through in your early 20s. I wouldn't go back to my early 20s for all the money in the world.
The only way I would go back is if I have the knowledge I have today.
Mm-hmm. Well,
and really just as long as I had my wisdom,
I'd be okay. I had
because my 20-year-old body rocked.
Mine did too, but
I miss that baby.
I do too, but it's okay because
you traded for wisdom.
I got hit upside the head with the 2x4 several times, because I just didn't listen to anybody. I thought I knew everything.
Well, that's what a 20-year-old thinks.
I know I have two of them. Thank you very much.
Oh my God.
Now one's 24 and one's 25, and they're wonderful.
You just got to let them run into the brick wall.
It's hard to do.
Well, that's why I don't have kids.
But you do have to do it. Yeah. You like my girls. Even people that don't like kids like my girls. I have another girlfriend that didn't want to have children.
Oh, no. Kids love me. Don't get me wrong. Kids and animals love me because they know I have a protective nature. So you're going to be very safe around me. But just my end of like, okay, my limit.
Yeah.
And it's really little kids. It's not 20-year-olds.
Yeah, my girlfriend that doesn't really like children very much. She just loves being with my girls. They're really nice people. They're good people, and they're funny.
Well, they're adults.
Entertaining. They've always been able to carry on a great conversation. They've had a big life.
That's good.
One's in Manhattan by herself. One's in Los Angeles by herself.
Awesome.
Yeah, they know how to.
Well, that means you raised them right.
I did, and their dad did too. But one of them goes to Europe all the time, every year. Because her best friends were all European when she went to the Academy of the Dramatic Arts.
Oh, wow.
So tell me about this travel thing of yours.
Oh, yes. So
your site is like, oh my God, I want to go there. Oh my God, I want to go there. Oh my God.
Amazing. We went to, and I'll tell you what happened was COVID hit and there was nothing to do. Like, I wanted to pull my hair out. Mm-hmm. And so my two really good friends who are event planners in Florida were like, hey, listen, we can still travel. Yeah. Why don't we get out of the house and travel? And so we started doing that. And then all of a sudden it was like, okay, let's start a magazine, Eternal Traveler Magazine. And so that's when we just started doing all these fabulous trips. Ended up, I think our first trip was like Puerto Rico, and then we went to Greece. We went Lefkada, Greece, which is absolutely stunning.
I saw this picture and I was like, where is this? And it said it was Greece.
Yeah, it's on the other side of Greece, away from Mykonos and Athens and all that. And it's just stunning. And then,
how can everybody find this? Because they have to find this. I mean, your pictures on there are just unbelievable.
Oh, you're so sweet. Some of them, all of them are on my Instagram for sure. You can even go through my highlights, and I have the stories throughout our trip.
Okay.
It's so amazing.
Do you still have Eternal Traveler Mag? Do you still have time to do Eternal Traveler?
Yes. Oh, yes. Because we've already got 2 trips. I've got 2 trips coming up this summer. I've got the Hamptons again, which I go to Jill Zarin. She was a Real Housewives of New
Oh,
York.
yeah.
She hosts a
Was she
big
Bobby
party.
Zarin's wife?
Huh?
Was she Bobby Zarin's wife?
Yes.
I
Yes.
totally knew him.
Yes.
Knew
Yeah.
him. I was so
And so,
sad.
she started this party is actually a fundraiser for the cancer that Bobby died of.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was
So
dating a fella that was playing for the Yankees, and he was really good friends with him.
awesome.
Long
Well, then
time.
you probably know Jill. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think so.
She's just fabulous. She's hilarious. She's willing to do crazy things is something that I love. If you can find someone over 50 that's willing to just still try crazy stuff, that's my alley. My best friend is 70 years old, and we go out every week, every Wednesday night, and I bring her home poopy faced, and her husband's always like, "Oh my God." And it's not, and I know she says to him, "Well, I went out with LeeAnne, but it's not always my fault." And I feel like at some point I should say to him, "It's not always my fault."
That's right.
Because she loves to, we're totally inappropriate, no political correctness when we talk. We just, I could tell you some things, but I don't think you probably be able to air them. But, and
Well,
I
call
think
me tomorrow and tell me the rest of it.
oh God,
I'm dying.
it's so good. We're so politically incorrect. I would even show you a card. But yeah, I would have to do that off camera. I'll text it. I'll text you a picture.
I'm not a fan of this political
correctness. I'm not either, but that's because we came through a time when it was like it didn't mean what people are forcing it to mean today, And I just think you're taking the most naive things and turning them into a bomb.
Yeah.
And why? Like just for them to get attention. And I've never needed attention that badly.
Or to demean other people. They demean other people. And
that's the goal. That's the whole goal.
Pretty awesome.
Well, so I've got the Hamptons coming up in July, and then in August, me and the boys are doing a big cruise that starts in Barcelona and hits all of the coast. We're going to go all the way down to Ibiza, and
I'd love to go to Barcelona. I've never been there.
It's going to be great. I literally cannot wait.
Yeah, well, you're going to have to send me all the details.
My husband and I just finished a cruise in I think November, and I know we're going to do either going to do another one before his next back surgery or after, depending on.
I have to leave the desert because it gets to be 120.
Yes,
and so
I live. Yeah, it's
time to go. It's not yet, but soon.
I will tell you, you know what I used to tell people when I lived in Arizona? People would be like, everybody's like, it's a dry heat. Screw that. Dry heat still hurts. And when it's over 110, your bones burn.
That's when it's too hot.
Your bones, the heat radiates from your bones, and there's no way to get cool.
No.
You could stay in a pool all day, but.
Well, Ed and I used to come out in August because that's the only time the kids had off.
Yeah.
And there's so many cute pictures of us with baseball hats and sunglasses and a book. And we're up to here in this. And we're just, And it was fine. They bring you drinks, you're standing in the pool, you're reading your book, you got on your glasses, you're all set. But if you're not able to do that and you're trying to live life, go to the grocery, go to the doctor, and wear clothes. Wearing clothes is very hard.
No, I literally only lived in Arizona for like 2 years, and I just couldn't do it. I literally couldn't do it.
Yeah, I get it.
So I had to leave. I went back to Texas. I'm the kind of girl that I lived in LA, I lived in Chicago, I lived kind of all over, but I always went home. I've always come home to Texas just because people here, when they say hello, they mean hello.
How you doing?
Which is nice.
I love it.
Because I know when you say hello in New York and LA, it could mean something totally different.
Well, actually, that's true. That's true.
I'm aware.
Yeah.
That's why I kept moving back home.
But in New York, honestly, if you have any problem, there's going to be 20 people trying to help you. People in New York
it's
really jump to help you.
I think right now in this current time, I would not want to be in either New York or LA.
Yeah, well,
Too many people.
I agree. I agree. I agree.
And too many issues. Like
Yeah.
TikTok's making too much trouble.
TikTok needs to go away.
TikTok needs to go away.
Yeah, it does, because I don't trust anything that's going on right now in China.
I think it's all promoted from there.
It is, of course it is.
I know. That's what I found.
And if you ask some of your friends, they'll tell you that they're using AI to take your image off of your TikTok, and they own it. If you look at all the stuff that you say, okay, allow, they own your image. So there's celebrities now that are endorsing things, and they're using their picture, and they're saying they're endorsing things, and they're not bad things, but they're not endorsing them in real life.
But they're not getting paid for it either.
No,
Wow.
no, and that's
I think I have like 3 posts or 4 posts on TikTok, and because back then I was still on the show, and they were like, "You have to have TikTok," and so they got me a verified TikTok, but I never went on it, and I got yelled at all the time for not going on it. But I'm like, look, here's the deal. I'm going to use. First, I was like, I'm going to use Facebook, and then I'll sprinkle on Instagram. Then I just became like, look, I'm just going to use Instagram. I found one platform. I get it. I understand it, and every now and then I'll still post on X, but. Honestly,
I like X. I have an anonymous one on X.
Oh, do you? That's smart. Yeah, see, I don't. I have a public verified one, and
I do too, but I got canceled on general.
Oh, I got canceled. I've been canceled several times. Oh, yeah.
High five.
High five. I got canceled too. I was, you know what? Here's the thing. Keep canceling me. Here's why. And I've tried to explain this to people, and they never get it. I'm like, what you don't understand is I'm a phoenix. This is how I've learned to live life. Even if I'm the one who burns myself to the ground, it may take me a month, it may take me 3 months, but I'll be back. Better than ever before.
I believe you.
Educated, better. And
I put hashtag stand for the anthem during when the people.
Oh, and that got you canceled?
Yeah.
Guess what? Then leave our country. If you can't respect the country you live in, please, I will buy your airfare.
Yeah, well, that's what I said, but they told me that I didn't understand the cause. And I said, there's a cause?
Yeah, there's a cause.
I didn't know there was a cause. I just
there's a cause for the national anthem too.
Well, I know, right? But I was like, oh, okay, what's the? But I just got called a racist, and which is the worst anybody could ever call anybody. I mean, now that everybody calls everybody that, but to me,
oh no, that's what I got called too. My show.
I'm from Maryland and West Virginia, so I'm from the states that they went to get free. Everybody went to get free.
Yeah,
means a lot to me.
Well, it means a lot to me because, I'm a huge LGBTQ supporter. And if you ever have an issue with anybody, race, creed, color, religion, any of that, it's going to be a problem for me because I don't see those things. I never have. I mean, it's just the truth, So, people will love to tell you who you are. And I just kept saying, you really don't know me. You don't know me.
Yeah.
I mean,
no, they don't.
Even friends who think they know me don't know me. If you put, I feel like there's a big test. Like if you put someone in a certain situation, how do you think I would respond? And they'll always do the wrong answer. Like what's the one thing, if your house was burning down, what's the one thing you would save? Majority of my friends would tell you it'd be some designer bullshit, like a bag or some shit. Like, no, I would save my grandmother's Bible. And people, they're like, that's not the real answer. And I'm like,
yeah, it is.
Then you tell me what I would, please.
Yeah.
Come and tell me. While you're there, can you also tell me how to, I don't know.
What do I say to God? What do I say to God? What do I do? They don't know anything. They don't know.
That's just, I really don't like when people believe that they know someone wholeheartedly. You don't. The only person that knows us inside and out is God.
Yeah.
And ain't no, I have never seen anybody on this planet with God's qualifications.
That's right. That's right.
So when you get to that level, which you ain't never gonna get to,
Yeah, let me know. Yeah, exactly. So I want to meet you in person. I want to do this in person. I want to go with
okay.
you on one of these trips or come down to
Oh,
visit. Or you come to visit me when it's, you've got nice weather, so you never have to come. But if you decide you'd like to, I
oh
live
no,
in
we
South Florida. I live-
we get triple digits here in Texas. Trust me.
yeah, yeah. Okay. Where do you go?
It
Well, that's
gets
when you leave. That's why you're going on
that's
vacation. That's
and
why
that's
I'm
when I
leaving.
go to the Hamptons and to
Yeah,
Ibiza and yeah, get
exactly.
out.
I love that. I
I
love
do
that.
a lot of Florida trips too because my partners, the business, my partners for the travel are in Florida.
I lived
So
in
I'm always
Boca.
like,
I
go
lived
get a
in
weekend
Boca.
down on the breeze.
I built a house in Gulfstream. I lived in Boca. I love it there.
Uh, just the weather. You can get that breeze off the ocean.
Uh-huh. I
Woo!
love it. That's where I'll
Yeah,
probably end up because when I do turn 65, which isn't that long from now, believe it or not, I'll
for
get a
me either.
pension. I'll get
For
a
me.
pension and I don't want to have it taxed like crazy. But you don't have to worry about that in Texas.
No. Well, and the best part is because I married a police officer, like our address is hidden from the world. Which is when I get hate mail because then I know it's someone who knows where I live. It narrows the field down
Got
a
hate mail.
lot.
I did a play on Broadway called You Got Hate Mail. It was so fun.
Oh, honey.
Yeah.
I'll send you my last letter. I got to find it. It was a 2-pager.
Whoa.
What?
What about the guys in prison? Do they love you too?
No, I have got no prisoner
Oh,
letter.
oh boy. Well, I
Oh,
played a mobster and I played a criminal and I played a really bad bitch for a long time. And they loved me in prison. Thought I did a good job, ran the mob well, I'll see you when I get out, kind of stuff. Yeah, yeah.
because that was the real you.
Right.
I, I have no words, and I rarely have no words, but
I
I
was
have no
I
words
got
for that.
I got pulled over for speeding and I always go to court because I've been told you always have to go to court when you get pulled over. So I was pulled over on the way to Saratoga, where I go to the races in Saratoga
Yeah.
in August. You should come. It's so much fun.
Oh, I bet.
So it's really incredible. So I'm on the Taconic and I get pulled over and I'm going like 90, because the guy in front of me is going 90 and there's nobody on the road. So I'm
Oh, you
thinking,
were going with the
well,
flow, man.
they'll pull him over and I'll get to go by. So sure enough, they pull him over and I try to go around him and the guy goes, "Not on your life."
There.
He said that. Not a chance. Get over it. So I went to court for it and they wanted to make a deal with me. They'll always make a deal with you. So I drive all the way up there to the county. It's like not even close to where I live. It's like 3 hours away. And I drive all the way up there to go to court. And before I got to meet the judge, they came up to me and they said, we're going to offer you an opportunity to plead guilty to littering. And then it won't be on your record. You won't have any points. You'll pay, $288 and that'll be the end of it. And so I get up to the judge and I'm like, I'd rather have my kids think I was speeding than littering. I mean, littering is like really, really bad.
Yeah.
He said, do you want to go to jail? Do you want to pay the fine? Do you want to be guilty? Or you want to take the littering charge? They'll never find out you pled guilty to littering. And I said, oh,
Well, I'm going to tell them.
all right. Well, if you're sure, and I did. Yeah. Isn't that weird?
That's so weird.
I don't want that on my record that I live.
No, I will say that honestly, I'm kind of with you on that because I do believe that that's part of treating others as you would like to be treated because I don't want other people picking up my trash. Even when I was on set and I would like have gum and someone would stick their hand out, I'd be like, no, that's disgusting. Bring me a napkin or like,
Exactly.
no, and don't pick up after me. I can pick up. I'm an adult. This is good manners. This is what grandmother taught me.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Is your family still alive? People still around?
No, both my grandparents have passed. So
About your mom and dad?
My mother both of them are alive. My father was never really a part of my life. He was kind of like a sperm donor. And my mom lives in Florida, and we have a difficult relationship.
I would think after the trauma thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, she was never there. That was with my grandparents. My grandparents raised me from the time I was 3.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Well, if you go to Florida, you tell me where you're going because I'm from there. I lived there quite a while. I lived there for
Okay. I usually go to
Is
that's the name of the hotel. Ew. EAU. I'm sure it's pronounced differently, but every time I see something from them, I'm like, ooh.
You don't go to the Breakers?
I have not been to the Breakers in a while.
I like it there.
Yeah. It's a great place. But I just love to get away where it's like I feel like very few people will know me. Because I mean, I will tell you that even when my husband and I and the guys went to St. Lucia on one of our trips for my birthday,
beautiful.
we did a week in St. Lucia, and my husband sang to me, karaoke sang to me.
I like him.
Perfect. It was such a beautifully romantic place, and but I was taking pictures all day long with people in St. Lucia, and I'm like, what the hey?
That's not what you wanted. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't mind. I really don't mind
But it
because
was
they
supposed
are
to be a very romantic thing. And yeah.
but it's just, when you're in the middle of breakfast and you can always tell when someone recognizes you because they're like,
I know.
and I'm like, oh, and then I'm just warn them. I'm like, hey, we're gonna have to take a picture. But be polite. But I always ask, be polite about it to the people I'm with, because I used to have a friend that'd be like, do you know that she has a life too? And I'd be like, that is so rude. This person is the reason, that I had a show. And
That's
yeah,
right.
we went our separate ways after a couple of times of that.
I'm very grateful for my fans. And I'm very grateful for you. I want to hear all about you. Will you come back? Because I'm not done with you yet.
100%.
Okay.
100%.
Okay.
Happy to.
I can't wait to meet you in person. You're so beautiful.
You're so sweet. I paid for all this.
Yeah.
And the hair.
Oh,
and
yeah. Yeah.
On the show, I got I got accused of being fake. And I was like, there is nothing fake about me. And then I was like, except for my teeth, my hair, my fingernails, my tan, my boobs, the filler.
Well, I need a
the
few.
Botox.
I need a little bit of a I dated a guy.
Refresh.
Yeah, no, he said I don't remember, but it was like a tune up.
Yeah, refresh. A little refreshing. I just had my boobs refreshed.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Well, you look beautiful, and I'm so happy you're happy. And give my best to your husband. I'd like to meet him. Like a real winner,
He is. I'm a lucky. I like to use the word blessed.
I'm very happy that you are so blessed. You are. God bless you. Thank you so much for being here.
Happy to.
You too. Take care, honey. Bye.
Bye.